Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix, and today we are test driving a very fun four-door sports coupe. This is the 2020 Infiniti Q50 Red Sport 400, and our test vehicle is all-wheel drive. It has some cool options, including the carbon package, which I think is a must when you're buying a vehicle like this. And it has the new exhaust system, which is about a $500 or $600 item that gives you a stainless exhaust piece out the back. And we'll take a look at that, and we'll also listen to the exhaust noise on this car. It's pretty impressive. There are some dated things, and we'll show you all about it. Let's start with the design of the vehicle. It looks really good. Now remember, the 2020 is really no different than the 2019. We're hearing there's going to be changes for 2021. So in the meantime, you're looking at a pretty impressive vehicle. However, it is competing with the German cars, and that's where they have the challenges. So we'll take a look at the performance, the handling, all the details in our Car Coach Reports ratings. We'll give you a rating at the end, and along the way, we'll give you some tips and clues. So if you're thinking about buying this car, you can make a decision, is this the right vehicle for me or not? Let's take a closer look. Performance-wise, we're looking at a V6 engine with twin turbos, 400 horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque. It has 5 different sport modes, including a personal mode, and because this is all-wheel drive, it could be really good in the winter. This is really smart that they have twin turbos, so you can take away some of that turbo lag. Let's check out the 0 to 60 run. Let's take a look at the different drive modes. You can see that here on the main screen. So first thing you're going to get is a Sport Plus, or a Personal. You can also put it in Standard or Eco, depending on your conditions. And there's also a Snow mode. So for 0 to 60, we're going to do the Sport Plus. Okay, let's check the 0 to 60 time. Not too bad in the Sport Plus mode. I really like the fact that there's no turbo lag that you see in a lot of these vehicles, because there are 2 turbos. They're small enough that they're coming in stages, and this gives you really nice performance. From a performance aspect, this vehicle is fun to drive. I'm going to give it a 9. I love the sound of the new exhaust system. This is an add-on, and it's worth every penny. If you want to hear this vehicle make you feel like you're driving something with performance, you've got to get this additional exhaust system. Handling is more than just driving around corners. It's the grip to the road, it's the sound inside, it's the whole feeling of how this vehicle controls itself. Now, I know some people complain about the electronic power steering, but honestly, I don't feel a difference. I think this is really nicely put together. For handling, I'm giving it an 8. There are a lot of safety features in this vehicle, many of which you'll see in other competing vehicles. However, this doesn't have everything that its direct competitors have. And that's kind of disappointing, because this vehicle has so much to offer, and a lot of it is standard, which is really critical when you're purchasing a vehicle in this category. One of the positives on safety for this vehicle is that it's all standard. However, it's still missing some safety features, which makes this just a touch dated, so I gave it a 7 for safety. Visibility is a critical factor. And if you can't see where you're going and you can't see out the back, or there's some sort of limitations for you as the driver, it's going to impact your ability to be safe. Visibility out the front is excellent. Out the sides, the low sill is really great. Out the back, there are a few limitations, but overall for visibility, I gave it a 7. Everybody knows seating comfort is really critical, not just to me, but it should be to you as well, because this is where you sit, this is where you live. And if you're not comfortable in this seat, it's never going to get better as you own it longer. Seating comfort is good. There's 2-way lumbar, which is okay. I wish it was better than that. And overall, the seating materials are really impressive. I love this white interior. We'll take a look at the back seat, and we'll give you a seating rating. Well, the second row has a lot of room, and the quality of the materials, first off, is very impressive. You've got pockets behind each seat, you've got vents, and for 2020, which they improved from 2019, they now have a USB and a USB-C connection, which is really important because that's how a lot of things are charging. In the doors, there's really no pockets or anything. There is a speaker, but this is a pretty basic back seat. Now, with the overall comfort of the front and the back seats, plus the fact that you've got a pull down here and 2 cup holders and a pass-through, which is lockable, I'm going to give it an 8 for seating comfort. The technology has been improved for 2020. They have the dual screens, the navigation is up top, and unless you're changing the drive modes, that's all you're going to get. When you go down to the center screen, it's nice, it's clean, it's black, it's got a lot of great information. You can go deep into it if you want to change the climate control, or you can use the climate control on the outside. Unfortunately, the gauges in front of you are gauges and they haven't been changed since this vehicle came out. However, the technology has improved, so I give them a lot of credit for doing color, creating some sort of iDriver type multimedia interface. For technology, I gave it an 8. Features are something that are really important. I mean, when you're thinking about a vehicle that's coming in at $60,000, you should have air-cooled seats. You should have heated steering wheel, heated seats. It has heated steering wheel and it has a heated seat. However, it's a one-stage heated seat. The design of the Infiniti Q50 is really nice, however, a touch dated. I love how smooth and sleek it looks, very much trying to compete with a lot of the German vehicles. As you run around the front of this vehicle, I love these gray wheels. Very nice design and style. And the front end is nice. I wish this was carbon, but it's painted dark gray, and I think that really helps give it a sporty look. Design-wise, it's really nice. The logo is not too much in your face, and the front of the car is really sleek and really smooth. Overall, the design itself is pretty impressive. However, a touch dated. I wish it had just a little bit more pop. Certain areas, like for some reason, this driving light is really small. It could be larger. Little things like that gives this vehicle a 7 for design. The quality and components of this vehicle are really impressive. Definitely a step up from what you would see in some of its competition, but when you're comparing it to the Germans, it's right up there. Just the panel gaps are perfect. All the details in a quiet ride, the overall quality of the components, and everything about this vehicle is something that you should definitely consider when you're looking at the Infiniti lineup. They've always had top quality, including the way they've gapped their panels, the build quality, the materials and everything. So for quality, I gave it a 9. When you come around the back of the vehicle, I'm really impressed with this carbon wing. Really a nice little touch, but that's kind of what you need in order to elevate this brand. And the Q50S, because this Red Sport really stands out, and they've done a great job with this vehicle. Little details like this are what cause people to buy this vehicle. Now let's take a look at the trunk. You have to manually lift it up, it doesn't go up on its own. Huge trunk opening, deep trunk with a pass-through to the second row, which is good if you're hauling skis or a snowboard or something that's long. Overall, trunk space is great. Look underneath this panel. There's no spare tire in this vehicle because they're high-performance run-flat tires. Overall, when you're looking at this vehicle as far as value and what you're getting, I'm giving it an 8 for value. I really think they've done a nice job, and if you're considering looking at a German car, you absolutely need to take one of these for a drive. When you're looking at the 2020 Q50 Red Sport 400, this is the all-wheel drive, like I said, with the special exhaust and the carbon package. I gave it a total score of 78, and you really need to take a look and drive this car. There's a few negatives, like it doesn't have multi-stage heated seats, there's no air-cooled seats, which you would expect in a vehicle that's coming in at $60,000. But the competition offers it. But what you do get is a lot of standard features that the competition charges you extra for. So you got to look at that price value. Also check your insurance ratings because that's really important as well. So for a total score of 78, the Infiniti Q50 Red Sport all-wheel drive really has a lot to offer and should not be overlooked when you're test driving vehicles in this category. There's more content on our channel. We appreciate your support on our Patreon page. And if you'd like to see more vehicles like this, put your comments down below. Of course, you can check out what we're up to, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Follow us at Lauren Fix and Car Smarts.